Well, hello there, everybody. What is up? It is your girl again, Rue from Spirit Reads on Instagram. So, y'all, in this video, I'm going to be quickly going over, hey girl, I'll be quickly going over what the heck is going on with the Venus retrograde that's happening in freaking Gemini, y'all. Woo! Okay. Woo! Talk about, it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off, okay? So let's get started. Just so y'all know, if you're watching this right now, you don't get to watch the whole thing. I'm going to be uploading this on my YouTube at Spirit Reads, just like it is spelled, just like it is on my Instagram. And you can watch it then if you don't have time to watch it now. So anyway, this retrograde Venus in Gemini is going to be happening on May the 13th, 2020. So the numerology of May 13th, 2020 is the number 4. And the number 4 has to do with working towards your goals and putting a plan behind those goals. And then it's going to be ending on June 25th. The numerology for that is the number 8, which has to do with abundance, wealth, getting the wealth that you worked for. You know what I mean? The fruits of your labor, things like that. So when it comes to Venus being retrograde in Gemini, the main thing that's going to be going on is about reevaluating the relationships that you have in your life right now. Do those relationships align with your soul purpose? Do those relationships align with what you are here on this earth to do? Or do they just align with your everyday freaking life? And are they getting on your goddamn nerves and you feel like they got to keep being in your life just because you've known them for years, or you feel like, you like them or whatever? Do they really align with your soul? Do they really align with what your belief systems are and things of that nature? And one of the things that I, when I was reflecting on the Venus going retrograde in Gemini, one of the things that I wrote down was about, this is what I wrote. I said, are you going to keep trying to make people fit into your life that don't belong? This is a time for people to really go inward, because when we're looking at a retrograde planet, it's talking about going inward and analyzing. And with it being in Gemini, see, I'm a Gemini sun and moon. Okay, we are over analyzers, or just if you're an air sign, just over analyzing is one of our specialties. So what you need to do during this retrograde time, everyone did real quick, but it's really a time during this Venus retrograde to figure out who really is worthy to be in your life. And the thing that I think, one of the things we need to really focus on is about, do people align with what our belief systems are now? Okay. I feel like a lot of us have gone through like this ebb and flow of, okay, so what are our belief systems? Hey girl, like we're going through this ebb and flow of what are our belief systems, or, what do we find as truth? And some of that has to do with us evolving as a collective group. And the thing that happens when you start evolving, sometimes the relationships that used to work out in your life may not work so well now. You may be giving them the side eye, like, okay, in 2008, this might have would have flew with me, but it's 2020 now, sweetie. I'm a new person. You might have to get cut off. Sorry, and or hey, if you are like dating or looking for somebody, in 2012, I may have put up with this BS from this dude, or I may have been able to put up with the BS from this girl. But in 2020, that ain't flying. I'm a new person. I have a new set of beliefs, and those relationships that I have with those people ain't working no more. So the thing that you have to do is you need to stop overthinking getting those people out of your life, because if you keep overthinking, which Geminis do, because this, Venus retrograde is in Gemini, you can overthink it and say, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe, I'm being too critical. Maybe they should still be in my life. Honey, no, you need to cut them out. If they are not aligning with what your soul purpose is or what your beliefs are, you need to cut them out, point blank, period, in your life. And don't feel sorry about it. Yes, we're going to feel sorry about it. You might have a mourning or a loss for that person, or a mourning or a loss to, that relationship. But in order for us to get to that 8, like I said, the retrograde ends on June the 25th, that signals the 8. In order for us to get to that 8, which equals abundance, you know what I mean? We need to work on the, like May the 13th, 2020, which is that 4, which equals preparation of getting to that abundant state. And how do we get to that abundant state? During this retrograde in Gemini, start cutting off people without hesitation that do not align with your value systems. Quick and easy, just like that, and don't feel freaking bad about it. And also, another thing Spirit wants me to say is speak up for yourself. Throat chakra vibes. I'm getting throat chakra vibes. You need to learn to speak up to yourself. Speak up for yourself. Use your voice. Tell people when you don't like things. Tell people, the thing is with Gemini is we love communication and talking and speaking and understanding. Use this retrograde time when Venus, is in Gemini retrograde to express yourself more freely and openly and express what you really think. Express your thoughts. Don't let other people make you feel like you are not able to express your thoughts openly and genuinely just because they have another set of belief systems than you. That don't make no sense because that's not fair. So they get to push upon you their beliefs, but you're not able to push upon them what your beliefs are. No, you need to cut that SHIT out. Start from when it comes to, I'll say after this retrograde is over, you should have a clean slate of people who are in your life and move on from there. Because it's time to cut the baggage out when it comes to relationships. We need to be open and honest to people. And I'll say this. Let's say you don't want to cut somebody off completely, okay? Because I'll cut somebody off completely, point blank to the period, and never talk to you again. And that's on God, okay? Okay? But if some of y'all aren't like that, let's say you have a relationship with somebody, which I hate saying this, but so you're saying give an alternative. Let's say you have a relationship with somebody and you haven't expressed to them how you really want to feel, how you feel, or how you have changed. You're scared to tell them how you have evolved in your religious beliefs or your career or things like that. And you haven't told them about it because you're scared. Or if you try to tell them about it, they put you down. Try to really have an open and honest conversation with it. Like set a time and date and for you to express to them how you really feel and what your belief systems and thoughts are. If you're that type of person that doesn't really want to cut somebody off so quick. Because some people don't want to cut people off, okay? But let me tell you this. There's only so many times you can try to talk to a person to try to get through to them. Don't bear that burden of trying to always having to reach out to somebody. Spirit wants me to give you that alternative because Spirit's like, hey girl, not everybody's going to cut people off. Let's be realistic here, which is true. But I'm saying if that conversation works, that's great during this time. But if it don't, I'll say give it like 2 to 3 tries. And then after that, you might just have to cut them off point blank to the MF and period. Okay. So more of the story is, you guys, for this Venus retrograde in Gemini, this is a time for us to really evaluate inwardly the relationships that we have right now. Analyze the people that are in our lives. Analyze to see if they are, they align with our belief systems. Analyze to see if they really fit into your life. And like I said in the beginning, what I came up with when I was doing automatic writing is are you going to keep trying to make people fit into your life that don't belong just because you may have kept them in your life when you had an old belief system? No, we're moving into new SHIT right now. And you got to make sure that the people in your life align with you, point blank to the period. Okay. And also another thing I have to say is really focus on the throat chakra during this time. It's during May 13th to June 25th. Focus on the throat chakra, about communication. And darn, I don't have my book here. I would have read something to you about the throat chakra. But just focus on the throat chakra and being able to express yourself and live your truth and speak your truth without worrying about how other people think. And if the other people are, giving you hell about your beliefs, or they, don't believe in what you believe in, or they try to make you feel bad about your beliefs, You might just have to cut people off, sweetie. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Some of y'all might be, see, I don't want to go into a Gemini tangent, but I'm saying, just don't be afraid to cut people off. It's fine sometimes. It's fun cutting people off, you know? You got to find a fun in it, okay? Because we're getting, in 2020, there's so much stuff going on right now that we have so much going on. It's tiresome to deal with other people's like BS. We're already going through a rough time. Who wants to keep hiding who they are? Who wants to keep censoring what they want to say? Snip, snip, period. Okay? Who wants to keep censoring themselves? Who wants to keep being somebody they're not? Who wants to keep not living in their freaking truth? Okay? We're being called as a collective to freaking live in our truths and not give a F about what other people think about it. Whether it's a love interest, whether it's your mama, whether it's your daddy, whether it's your sister, whether it's your brother, whether it's your best friend. Period. Okay? So I'm going to just leave it at that. And I'm going to draw some cards, okay? Because I'm getting hot and heated about this topic. Okay? Because I'm just tired of people just sticking around in situations just because they're afraid to hurt people's feelings. I'm just tired of it. I'm sorry. Woo, child. I'm sorry. I'm getting heated up in here. But anyway, let me pull from my love deck. Let's see if we can have any cards about self-love. I'll say self-love and living in our truth. What's something that we can say about our self-love and loving ourselves? Okay, let's see. The Union of Hearts, a love connection defies explanation. And when I pulled this card, I was pulling about self-love. A love connection defies explanation. You should have a connection with your own self so much that it can just defy other people's thoughts. You should have a connection with your truth and your truth and what your beliefs are so much that it is immovable. It's immovable. Nobody can shake you or move you from your belief systems, or not even shake you or move you from your belief systems, because that sounds a little rough, but nobody can shake you or move you from what your truth is as a person, okay? Because everybody's truth is different. But you should have a relationship with yourself so deep that it defies explanation. Ooh, and that's another word Spirit wants me to say about that, defies explanation, honey. When we talk about that defying explanation, sweetie, let me tell you this. And this is straight from Spirit, honey, because I won't even going to go into this. But Spirit is saying there's only so much that you can do to talk to somebody. Yes, try to talk to them. But if people, no, not even that. I'm trying to get it together because it's coming through so quick. But what Spirit is saying is, if people keep questioning you on your beliefs and your values and what you are as a person, sometimes people are doing that just to be freaking negative, not to really be, they're not really inquiring about your life. They're doing it to either be nosy, be negative, or try to put you down. And you need to start using your third eye to discern who is doing that and who is not in your life. And people start asking you all these questions to start trying to put you down and things like that, sweetie, you love yourself so much that you don't have to keep giving these people explanations. Period. That's what I get from that card. Love yourself enough and know your truth enough that you don't have to keep explaining yourself to people. And that's on period. More of the story, y'all. We need to all start getting backbones. We need to all start living our truths without explanation, without babying it, without, censoring it. Just living our truths, okay? I didn't know I was going to get that into that. Okay. Yes, honey. This is the card. Yes. A love union with yourself that defies explanation. Period. You ain't got to explain yourself to nobody. Period. Okay. And another thing, I'll say this too. I wasn't going to get into it, but the theme card that came down with it was about embracing your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. With that Gemini Venus being retrograde, we can kind of slip into that overthinking our emotions, like I was talking about, like overthinking, if we are making the right decision by cutting people out of our lives, making the right decision about living our truths. We have to embrace our feelings and thoughts about it and accept them and say I know I've said moral of the story 3-4 times now, but the thing that we have to take away I hope that y'all take away from this video is that our relationship with ourselves is the most valuable relationship ever, because I don't want to get too morbid, but when you were on your deathbed, who was dying for you? And I'll leave it at that, okay? So anyways, you guys, like I said, if y'all watching this on Instagram and you didn't get to watch the whole thing, I'm not going to keep it up on Instagram. I'm going to be uploading it to my YouTube, which is Spirit Reads, and you can check me out on there and make sure to subscribe, okay? Okay. So anyways, you guys, that's all I got. Happy Venus Retrograde in Gemini. Use it to your advantage, okay? And I'll talk to you later.